There are a ton of banks that offer high-yield savings accounts these days, which can make selecting an account pretty overwhelming. In this video, we'll go over some of the best high-yield savings accounts that are currently earning an APY of at least 5%. Feel free to pause the video to read the disclaimer, or find the full disclaimer in the video description below. All the accounts on this list will be with lesser-known banks. The general rule of thumb is that bigger online banks like Capital One, Discover, Amex, Ally Bank, and SoFi have high-yield savings accounts offering a lower rate than smaller banks. Right now, the APY for these accounts is around the low to mid-4s. With smaller banks, you'll often earn a higher interest rate, generally at the expense of brand awareness, as these banks don't have the kind of marketing budget and footprint that big banks have. For example, all the accounts on this list with smaller banks are offering a rate from 5% up to the mid-5s. It's important to note that even though you may not have heard of most of the smaller banks on this list, these accounts are FDIC insured, just like accounts at banks like Chase, Bank of America, Capital One, and SoFi, so you don't need to worry about that. FDIC-insurance covers $250,000 per depositor, per insured bank, per account ownership category. Of course, there's always a trade-off. So generally with these smaller banks, outside of not having the brand awareness that the big banks have, their accounts usually don't have as many extra features, the accounts may have more restrictions or requirements, the websites or apps may not be as user-friendly, and customer service may not be as great as with those bigger banks. For the higher APY these smaller banks offer though, it can certainly be worth the trade-off. In the end, it's more money in your pocket. As with most high-yield savings accounts, there are no monthly service fees for the accounts on this list. Since the accounts we'll cover are offering such high rates, there are usually no sign-up bonuses. Generally, these accounts also rely more on online transfers in terms of how to deposit and withdraw money, so they're best used with the brick-and-mortar bank that you have a debit card with. So you can physically deposit and withdraw money through the traditional bank and transfer money to or from your high-yield account. With many of these accounts, if you also open up a checking account with the bank, you can often get an ATM or debit card. But if you do so, be aware of any monthly fees or minimums for that checking account. In this video, we'll only be focusing on the core aspects of these accounts, the high APY they're offering right now, any requirements in order to earn that APY, any minimum balance or minimum opening deposit requirements, any sign-up bonuses they're offering, and the best ways to deposit or withdraw money. The first account on this list is the CIT Bank Platinum Savings Account. CIT Bank's a division of First Citizens Bank. With this account, you'll earn a solid 5% APY, but only on balances of $5,000 or more. If your account balance is less than $5,000, you'll only be earning 0.25% APY. So you'll want to make sure you have at least $5,000 to keep in the account for the long term. So you'll be earning that elevated APY of 5% on all the money in your account. There's also a minimum opening deposit of $100 for this account. You won't get an ATM or debit card with this savings account. The main way to move your money to or from this account is by transferring money online between this account and another bank account you have. Our next account is the Bask Interest Savings Account. This account is with Bask Bank, which is a division of Texas Capital Bank. The APY for this account is 5.1%, and what's really great is there are no strings attached to their high APY. So you don't need to worry about meeting any minimum balance requirements or direct deposit requirements in order to earn their high APY. There isn't a minimum opening deposit for this account, but you'll want to fund it soon and keep at least a few dollars in it at all times, since Bask Bank reserves the right to close your account if the account remains unfunded for 15 business days. You won't receive an ATM or debit card for this savings account. To add money to your account, you can set up direct deposit, transfer money from another account you have to this one, or do mobile deposits to cash physical checks virtually. To withdraw money though, you'll need to do online transfers between this account and another account you have. Next, we have the Everbank Performance Savings Account. With this account, you'll earn 5.15% APY, and just like the last account we went over, there are no requirements for a minimum balance or direct deposit in order to earn that APY. There's also no minimum opening deposit for this account, but it's always best to have at least a few dollars in the account at all times to avoid your account being closed. You won't get an ATM or debit card with this account. In terms of adding and withdrawing money, the easiest way to do so is through transferring your money online between this account and another bank account you have. You can also do mobile deposits for checks, and you can set up direct deposit as well. If you live in Florida, you can also go in person to one of their local financial centers to make a cash deposit there as well. Our next account is the UFB Secure Savings Account. UFB Direct's a division of Axos Bank. This account's currently offering a 5.25% APY, again with no minimum balance requirements or direct deposit requirements to get that APY. There's also no minimum opening deposit for this account, though you'll want at least a few dollars sitting in the account to avoid the account being closed. There's actually an APY boost offer available if you get their checking and savings account together. Their checking account has no monthly fees or minimum balance requirements either. The first step's to open a UFB Freedom checking account, and then set up direct deposits that total $5,000 monthly, which will give you a 0.05% APY boost on your savings or money market account. If you complete this step, you'll unlock the next two APY boost options. You can then get a 0.1% APY boost on your savings or money market account if you maintain a minimum balance of $10,000. Finally, you can earn an extra 0.05% APY boost when you make 10 approved debit card transactions per statement cycle, for each transaction that's at least $3. What's also unique about this high-yield savings account is it offers a complimentary ATM card, and you don't need to get the checking account in order to get the card. You'll be able to use that ATM card to make free ATM withdrawals at about 91,000 locations across the US, which is something that isn't typically offered with many high-yield savings accounts. Of course, you can also transfer money between your account and another bank account you have to deposit or withdraw money. The next account on our list is the Tab Save account, which is with Tab Bank. This account currently offers an APY of 5.27%, and there are no minimum balance requirements or direct deposit requirements to get their high APY. This account doesn't have a minimum opening deposit either, though you'll still want to keep a few dollars in the account at all times so it doesn't get closed. This savings account doesn't offer an ATM or debit card. To add or withdraw money, the easiest option is to transfer money between this account and another bank account you have. Next up, we have the Western Alliance High Yield Savings Premier account with Western Alliance Bank. The APY for this account is currently 5.36%, and there are no minimum balance requirements or direct deposit requirements to earn that APY either. There is a high minimum opening deposit of $500 though, so that's something to keep in mind, and you'll want to keep enough money in your account to avoid it being closed. You won't get an ATM or debit card with this savings account. You'll need to add or withdraw money by completing online transfers between this account and another bank account you have. Finally, the high-yield savings account with the highest APY on this list is the My Banking Direct high-yield savings account. My Banking Direct's a service of Flagstar Bank. With this account, you'll earn an APY of 5.55%, and there are no minimum balance requirements or direct deposit requirements to earn that APY. Just like with the last account, there's a hefty minimum opening deposit of $500 for this account though. This savings account doesn't offer an ATM or debit card. The easiest way to add or withdraw money is to transfer money between this account and another bank account you have. Now, if you're looking for a more well-known bank, but you'd still like an APY on the higher end of the spectrum, there are options like SoFi that offer a middle-tier APY with a ton of benefits. Right now, SoFi is offering an APY of 4.6% if you meet their requirement to set up and receive direct deposits every month, with no specific dollar amount in direct deposits required. This rate is quite a bit higher than most other accounts like Capital One, Amex, and Marcus that are sitting around the 4.25% to 4.4% range. You can learn more about the SoFi High Yield Savings Account in this video here. We also have a full review of the Amex and Discover High Yield Savings Accounts if you'd like to learn more about those as well. All things considered though, any high yield savings account that's FDIC insured is better than just leaving your money in a checking or savings account at a traditional bank like Chase or Bank of America, where you'll often be earning as little as 0.01% APY on money in your savings account and no interest on money in your checking account. If you'd like to learn more about how high-yield savings accounts work compared to regular savings accounts at traditional banks and the pros and cons of getting a high-yield savings account, you can check out this video here. Let me know in the comments, do you have a high-yield savings account? And if so, which one do you have and what APY are you earning right now? If you enjoyed this video, it'd be a huge help if you could click like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps our videos get out to more people to help them save money, and it's completely free. If you want to be notified when we post new videos, don't forget to click the notification bell as well. Thanks for watching and see you next time.